Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of In Silence. We still witness war and genocide in the 21st century. Unfortunately, that's the case. I mean, you would think that, hey, it's the 21st century, we're so advanced, or at least we think we are. We've made so much progress, or at least we think we did. But really, when you look at how we treat each other as humans, we've made little to no progress at all. In some people, yes. But unfortunately, we still witness catastrophic violence caused by people. We still witness war and genocide. History keeps on repeating itself in different ways. We haven't learned the lessons that we should have learned from history. Most violence is unnecessary. So why do we still witness war and genocide even in the 21st century? Well, the obvious reasons are greed, a thirst and a lust for money and power. People go to war because there's profit in war. There are people who profit from war. There are people who gain more power from war. And genocide, which is something horrific, which we still witness today. You'd think people who were victims of a genocide in history would not cause genocide on others. But as we see today, that's not the case. Even after World War I, World War II, the Holocaust, falls of empires, people are still enslaved to their religion. You can't free them from their mental prisons. And if they're not enslaved to their religion, they're enslaved to some ideology or political beliefs. There's no freeing a person who has a closed mind. There's no making peace with people who just aim for profit, who just aim for power, or who just believe in what they believe in. Another reason for war and genocide is obviously hatred. We haven't learned to love one another, to accept the differences, to see that, hey, we're not really different at all, we're the same. We all breathe, we all walk, we all talk, we all need each other actually. But we haven't come to terms with this reality that we need each other and that we can excel when we live in harmony with each other. I think another important thing, another reason why people go to war or commit atrocities are because of this simple fact. Eckhart Tolle speaks about this a lot. The fact that people reduce other people to a mere concept in their mind. What does this mean? People do this all the time. Just observe this in your life. Doesn't mean if you're not going to war and committing genocide, doesn't mean that you don't do this. Everybody on some level does this. It's an unconscious process. What am I talking about? The reduction of other people to mere concepts. You don't see them as people anymore. You don't see them as human, as life. You see them as something mind-made, a mental idea, image, concept. And so what happens when you do this, when you reduce another person to just a concept, you can do anything to them. You're justified to do anything to them. Even genocide, killing, torture. Unfortunately, that's the case. So it all starts with us. How we see each other. Can we see each other as life, not as mere concepts? This is what I challenge you to do today, and use this as a practice. To observe in yourself when you see people as concepts. When you reduce a person to something in your mind, to some idea that you have about them. Observe this in yourself and overcome this. Be able to just see them as life, whoever it is. Strangers, family, friends, enemies. You see, real violence doesn't start with a fist and a gun. It starts with the mind. It starts when you reduce another human being, another life form, to a concept. Oh, they're another religion, they're this religion, they're that type of people. That happens on a collective level, but even in individuals, even in your life, you can see it. Oh, that person is just playing out whatever. That person is like that. That person has different beliefs than me. When you do that, you can relate to other people in truth, honestly, as life. You can only relate to them as this concept that you've created in your head. So I challenge you to observe this in your life, how your mind reduces other people to concepts. That's the real violence. That's where violence begins. You can call it emotional violence or mental violence. Unless we are able to take responsibility for this unconscious pattern of reducing other people to mere concepts, then we will continue to see horrific atrocities and catastrophes caused by humans, such as war, violence, genocide, crime, whatever it is. Violence doesn't begin with a fist and a rifle. It begins with the mind. So let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share, I'd love to hear from you. This is my opinion on why we still see war and genocide even in the 21st century, which is something really unfortunate, something we should be able to move on from, move forward. We should be, with all this technology, in this technological revolution that we are in the middle of, we should at least be able to see one another for who we really are. We should at least be able to treat one another with love and respect, no matter the differences. Peace doesn't start with a treaty. Peace starts in you and I. Peace starts with us. Alright, that's all I have to share today. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.